So hey folks, welcome back to a new video, and on today's video, as promised, the 3-year review of the Triumph Bonneville T120 Black that I bought just about 3 years ago. Actually, it was bought in December, but it was at this time that I was thinking of buying this motorcycle. So on today's video, I'm going to tell you about the good and the bad with this bike and anything that I've had done to it over the last 3 years. But also I'm going to show you the top box that I've added for the upcoming trip to Portugal. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned, we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. So the Triumph T120 Black, and this is on a 2022 plate, but I did add my own reg on there, so it looks like T120. The bike itself, when I was looking for one of these, I wanted a jet black, so the gloss black version, but I also wanted the blacked out pipes and different things on the bike. I'm not a lover of chrome too much, but I just like the look of the bike and also hints of chrome on the bike, like the badges just here, the gas cap, which I've not changed, I prefer that one, the clocks as well, as you can see there, and then I added a reservoir with a like a chrome effect top, and also the clamp you can see just there is different. Now on the bike I've had one warranty claim on this, and that was the cluster for the left-hand switch gear. What failed on that was the cruise control, so they replaced all of this, and since then I've had no issues. That was replaced on its first service at around 600 miles, and since then I've done about 2,100 miles on the bike, so not too many, but we intend to change that with some trips and things, the up and coming trip to Portugal. Now I went for the T120 over the T100, mainly for the 6 gear and obviously its capability for doing longer trips. Also the T120 comes standard with cruise control, but what it didn't come standard with was the center stand. Now as you can see, I have the center stand on here. That's great, so I can easily oil the chain and do maintenance work. I actually bought the Triumph genuine accessories on a few parts, and I'll point those out. But behind these bags, you'll see the rack that the box is on just here. That comes in 2 parts, and I purchased that from Triumph, so that was the rack and then the rails that go underneath the seat, and they don't come cheap. So at the time, like I said, I went for the centre stand, which was about £225. The rack at the back was about £225. I put the reservoir cap on just here, and also the centre clamp just here. And that was about it from Triumph. What I did, I put the Motouk Union Jack protector on the radiator just there, and also the Motouk sump guard. I added the SW Motouk Legend bags and racks just on the back. As you can see, the racks just there. I also added the Triumph TPS cover just there. Now this was the same colour as this before, silver, so I just wanted to split that up a little bit. So that was added to the bike also. And recently I've put crash bars and the PAA driving lights just on the front, as you know if you've watched the previous video. Also I put the headlight guard on, and what you haven't seen if you watch the channel is the new windshield. There she is. It's not the smallest one, it's kind of a medium one. How does it look? Yeah, not too bad from behind. It does take a little bit of wind off my chest, but not that much. But I just think it suits the bike just now. And the other thing that I did was put bar and mirrors on it, and that was a must, and those were Triumph genuine accessories too. Now, love it or hate it, you might like the top box on the back. I didn't want to put one on that was too big for main trips and things. I had this top box on the Tiger 1200, and I'm glad that I didn't sell it with the bike, because it's only a 30 litre, it's quite slim, and I don't think it looks that bad on the bike. You tell me what your thoughts are. But inside this box, I'll show you shortly, I have a bag that's built for this box, and it's great just for touring. I can rock up at a hotel or an Airbnb, and I can literally just take my bag out of there, take it into the hotel, and that's the only bag I need for the night. Now one thing I will do is I'll change the tyres. These are the tyres that came on the bike, and these are the Pirellis which I'm not a lover of. They've done okay, but yeah, 2,100 miles and I'll be changing them to Michelin Classics. Okay, let me show you inside the top box and show you that bag that I'm on about. So literally in there you've got a Givi Explorer Enjoy bag, and that just literally comes out, as you can see just there. It's just one bag to take out, and it perfectly fits in to the size of the top box. So that's the only bag I take, and I can fit in there, I don't know, 5-6 t-shirts, a couple of pairs of jeans, pair of trainers, toiletries, and that's all you need. You don't really need lots. I will take the SW Motouk Legend gear. This is the 9 litre side. I might just take this one to keep my waterproofs in, or I'll put both of the 13 litre side bags on. But yeah, you don't need a whole lot of luggage. Keep it light, keep it simple to go on tours. Yes, if you've got a tent, you strap your tent to the back of the seat. A couple of things I love on the bars. One is the SP Connect wireless phone mount, and the other one is my Aochi C3 screen. So if I've got my phone in my pocket, I can see directions and Google Maps or Waze and use it through that screen. And also the Aochi C3 Pro, or any of these devices at the moment, a link in the description below. 25% off till the 21st of September. Now, miles per gallon. On a steady run, I'm getting 68 to 70 miles per gallon on this. Is it a bike for touring, or is it a bike for plodding around the lanes? Well, it can do all, and do all very comfortably. This is the standard seat I've got on, but I do have an air cushion seat that I showed you in a previous video, just for a little extra comfort on those long trips. So all in all, I'm really happy after 3 years with this motorcycle. Absolutely zero problems. The clutch is nice, the gear shifts are really smooth on the bike. The suspension, I did upgrade the front forks for some tech bike parts, spring upgrades, just to make the front end a little bit nicer. Any bike that you buy, you have to really set the suspension up for your weight. So that's what I did. I didn't touch the rear shocks, I just put some preload on those, and those are fine. So let's get back on the bike, and also I've added a DJI Osmo 360 cam on the front. Now I'm not sure whether you like 360 camera footage on bikes. I wasn't going to get one, but 360 footage on the boat that I have is very useful. So I thought I'll just test it out on the motorcycle first before we do some boat videos on our other channel, Seastar. Of course, if there's any questions you want to ask about the bike, just leave them in the comments section below and I'll get back to you. Always a good day when we're out on the Bonneville. The weather this bank holiday weekend's not that great. I managed to get out this morning, being Saturday, and just dodged the rain showers. But yeah, how does the 360 footage look on the front there? Now the only downside that I've found with these 360 cameras is the software, whether it be, you know, DJI or Insta360. Obviously edit the videos. Once that's been edited and exported, you need to then put it into your normal editing suite. So it's a little extra work, hence why I sold my original Insta360 camera, and then I went straight for the Osmo Action 4, just for ease of editing and quickness at a weekend. But like I said in the video just now, I bought this mainly because on a sailboat it's always nice to capture multiple angles of everything going on at the boat from one camera. Hence why I bought the Osmo 360. I was waiting for that to come out, and it did about a month ago, and I've waited for them to update the firmware and things on that so that it performs nicely. And yeah, I'll be using it moving forward as a camera just looking back at me, just like just now, or as a camera where I can literally swivel you around and show you where I'm riding and also mount it to different parts of the motorcycle. Now I must say the screen does lift a little bit of wind, like I said. It's probably lifting it as you're looking at me now. I'm probably getting the wind more like here, just sort of in this direction towards my shoulders, whereas before I was getting wind all over the place, just lower down. Anyway, at least it'll keep the flies off all of my my lower half. So yeah, what do you think of the top box? I'm interested to hear your thoughts. Obviously I didn't want a large top box on the back, which is why I kept the slimline one that I had on the Tiger, and I just wanted to keep it nice and neat, really. But the setup I showed you with the inner bag, just for lifting that out and taking that into hotels or Airbnbs and things, I found it to be really good as just your clothes bag, really, and then any waterproofs can go in the Legend bags on the side. Now I've had a couple of questions on those Legend bags, obviously with them being not lockable. There are ways to lock them using little cycle locks and things, but anybody can cut into them, so if you've got any valuables, put them in the top box, don't leave them in there. But one of the questions was about waterproofness on the Legend bags, and they have roll-up waterproof bags inside, so yeah, they come with those as well when you buy them from SW Motouk as standard. So the bike's all finished, all ready, and after 3 years, as I said, it's been an absolute pleasure to own this motorcycle. Just one warranty issue with the cruise control, but that was all sorted really quick. The only other thing that I'm going to put on this bike, and I said I wouldn't add anything else, but I will, and I don't need to add it yet because it's a winter mod, or a mod ready for winter, is just to put the OEM genuine Triumph heated grips. Now I had them on the Tiger and they were pretty fantastic, to be honest. So I do have heated gloves for winter, but heated grips just on cooler days, like today really, although it was still in August slightly. It would be nice just to have the heated grips, so I'm going to order those from Triumph. Again, they're not that cheap. Now, like I mentioned about centre stands and accessories for these bikes, if you buy genuine Triumph, it's really expensive. I think I spent about £1,850 in total on accessories, being centre stand, rear rack, rear grab rail. What else did I get? Front headlight mesh, wing mirrors, so there's bar end mirrors just here, and yeah, it came up to, when you add it up on all of the little, you know, the TPS piece I put on the side there, it adds up to about 1,850. Now I bought the bike brand new at the time in 2022 December. This bike was £11,350, and when you add all that up, you're into the 13 grand range, which is a costly modern classic. Now you can go out there and you can buy, you know, your Royal Enfield Interceptors or the new Bear that they've brought out, which I think is a really lovely bike, and you can pay anything from, you know, about 6,250 for those bikes, around 6,500, something like that. Great bikes. Build quality, I still prefer Triumph. I think the build quality on these, even after 3 years, this bike's better than showroom condition. And okay, I look after the bike, but it really is good quality. Other bikes, classic ones out there, you know, if you go for something like the Motouk V7, has the 850cc engine in now. I think that's about 8,500. And then there are various other ones on the market. For me, if you can afford it, and I could at the time, so yeah, I opted for the T120, and I've had no regrets whatsoever with this motorcycle. The only gripe like I say, is the accessory prices from Triumph. Now this is where the Bonneville or the Triumph range has lots of third party or aftermarket companies that make parts for these, so you don't have to buy genuine Triumph. You know, I went with Motouk for the engine rad guard and the lower bash plate, but there are lots of different options out there and a lot cheaper. Hence the screen. You know, I put a daily post up on YouTube the other day. This screen I paid about $26.99, I think, something ridiculous like that, including the brackets, from Amazon, and it came within about 7 days. And yes, it does come from the Far East, but the quality of it's pretty good. It looks genuine, and the genuine screen from Triumph was £165, and then you had to pay £45 just for the brackets. And you hear me right, it came without the brackets, so you have to buy them separate. What's that about? Crazy. So that about wraps this video up then. 3 years, had no issues. It's been a really great bike. The only negatives I would say on this motorcycle I have now are tubed tyres. So the only other modification I have to do at some point, and like I mentioned on the last video, I won't be doing that before I go to Portugal, so we'll just have to keep our fingers crossed that we don't get any punctures en route, but I will be sealing the spokes off at some point on this bike, and then just taking the tubes out from the new Michelin Road Classics that I'm going to put on it before the trip. Let's navigate around these cyclists just here. Thankfully they're single file, not like they were on the last video. But yeah, if you like the videos and you want to see more, you want to catch up with the trip when we head down to Portugal end of October, then subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, and also if you can give the video a big like, and it real helps. Thanks a lot. We'll catch you on another video soon. Ciao for now.